I mean, I'm just saying it's pretty exciting. It's pretty exciting indeed. So what do we got going on tonight? Hopefully we got some people coming in soon. And then we will check all of this stuff out. Check it all out. See what is in store for everyone. And speaking of what's in store, get the tower cam up and running. Get the tower cam situated. Yeah, that's a problem with the tower cam sometimes. Is when you do anything else with that thing, it sometimes doesn't work out quite as well. Wolfie, what is going on? Julie and Lady, welcome. How are you doing? How is everyone tonight? It's been 11 hours since I was online and streaming, and but now I'm back. Victoria, how are you doing? Wants a love reading. You have any specific question? Let us know. Tarot Magician, what is up? Renee Nexus, hey, how are you doing? Lady Goddess Tarot, Lana Ray, welcome back, Lana Ray. It's good to see you. Quee Dreamer, will I go abroad? Marianne, hello, what's going on? Will Wayne and I get married? Biffy Rose, hello, what is up? Biffy Rose, I need to send you a picture of the address that I think it's going to. And then we'll get that in the mail tomorrow. Wolf, hello. Kristen and Queen Famous. Hey, how are you doing? All right. Does Joseph know? Thank you, Haiti, for your donation. Does Joseph know he made the wrong choice with his new girlfriend? And will they be broken up soon? Robin, welcome. What is going on? Nexus wants to know about a best friend. Oh, no. We got a best friend. We've just fallen out of touch with them. Is that what happened? Well, thank you, Haiti. I greatly appreciate that. Let's see. Best friend, get back in touch. Crystal is here as well. Welcome. How are you doing? I'm doing good. So I finished 2 cards this weekend. I posted one of them. So I finished this, and I'm going to add clouds digitally, and then I'm going to fix some of the edges digitally as well, and then I put some watercolor effect on it, and then I posted this one. I added the face with Photoshop, the hands, and I added some realistic texture on the lion. So this looks a lot better after the digital modifications have been made. But yeah, there is that. There's no tree background today. No, there is not. But we are using, for Hades' question, the Thoth. Let me type in Hades' question in there. Queen Famous wants to know, will me and Johnny be together? Uh-oh, Queen Famous, you got a new love interest there? All right, let's see. HG. Jay made the wrong choice. Let's figure that out. All right. Are you willing to sell these? Yes. I'm going to Kickstarter with that. Ooh, and the Kickstarter, I'm gonna have some enamel pins for sale. So you can choose your favorite card, and I will make you an enamel pin with that card on it. But I need to get a prototype from the company first. So we're going to do enamel pins. I might have a book. It depends. A book is kind of painful to do, and it actually takes longer than the cards, believe it or not. Let's see. Where is that red tree background? Oh, you're talking about... which one? Which one are you talking about? This one? Big Opportunities? That? Yeah, Big Opportunities. That is, that's not here today. I like to cycle it out. Holly, thank you for your donation. I greatly appreciate it. We got pajamas. Because I bumped it. But yeah, Big Opportunities. It's over there. And let's stop moving this and get the J reading on here. So does Jay know he made the wrong choice or not? Or what exactly is happening with that? I think it's pretty obvious. Actually, Haiti, this is too funny. You remember this? This was from the last reading when we knew that Jay made the wrong choice with the new love interest. This is actually the same card. You remember the poison card? So that is too weird. I did shuffle and I picked randomly, but yeah, I think the poison is sort of corrupting the entire thing. So if you're not familiar with this, by the way, The poison card, or when we're talking about the bad card, the evil card in the cups line, we're talking about that there's something entered the stream, something's entered the line, and it's really corrupted the entire thing. And that manifests itself over a wide variety of stuff, not only in communication, not only in love, not only in the passionate things that we're sort of going for with a relationship, but it just sort of just cultivates through everything. So yeah, I mean, it's going to be pretty obvious for Joseph that they made the wrong choice. It's pretty extremely obvious as well. Una, hello, how's it going? So sort of almost this loss of money as well, or loss of finances, loss of resources is going along with this relationship. And the second or the third thing about is me coughing because I need water. The third thing, we're looking at justice. So it's trying to balance out, is this worth it? Is this worth it? Is this worth you have to make a decision at some point. Is this worth the hassle, or is it better to just leave and to get things moved on, right? To get things moved on. And the Lord of Blended Pleasure sort of talks about probably going to have to just move on from this. Going to have to move on from this. It's going to be a bit difficult, right? The Moon in Cancer is a great card. Is a fantastic card, but when it's reversed, we don't have that family feel. We don't have that connected feel. The Moon as well, we have that emotion just getting trampled across this entire thing. So, I mean, you just do have this issue sort of with the relationship right there, sort of doing that thing there. So, Haiti, thank you for your donation. We'll check that out as well. Let's see about that. All right. So Holly wanted to know a general reading. We'll get Holly and find out about that. See what is happening with the Tarot Tower. I believe we got a good Tarot Tower thing. You can see my cards. You can see I take good care of those. I take excellent care of my watercolors. You can see they go in the same place as my dirty clothes go, on the floor. The life of a single guy. Okay. So let's look at that with a general reading. Let's check it out with some Tarot cards. Get some Tarot action here with the Gilded Tarot Royale. Decades crossing 1134. There we go. Una wants to know, can't see this relationship going anywhere. What are we doing with all of that? Victoria wants to know, with me and V be together, does he think about me still? Yeah, Renee, I mean, I'm talking... I treat things with the utmost respect, I mean, they go in, that's their place, and that's where they go, that's where they belong. You got to make sure that they get there. Got to make sure that they get there. All right. Let's check it out about the general. Not the corporal, not the lieutenant, but the general reading. General reading. Let's go with that. See what's happening. All right. Got enough cards now. Let's put that off screen there and see what's happening. Well, we got a lot of reversals today. It is reversal day. It is indeed reversal day. So here we go. The King of Wands, the Four of Cups reversed. Again, the Lord of Blended Pleasure is, the Lord of Blended Pleasure is really making a stand today. So the Two of Pentacles says it's all about making those choices. There's some choices that you have not made that you do need to be made. It's about stopping juggling some certain things and make a choice and getting that commit and getting that the committal going in order for you to get the choices made. So the Two of Pentacles, we're juggling things. We haven't made a choice. We're trying to figure out which choice is going to be best, and it's time to sort of make that choice, right? The Seven of Wands as well. Don't be defensive when someone points out some constructive criticism. So if you do hear constructive criticism, be sure to not really take that as a defensive type stand. The Seven of Wands points to being defensive about things. And it could be related to the Seven of Cups, which is the next card. But I think it's sort of related to criticism. Sometimes we get somebody has constructive criticism. Somebody says something and we get a bit defensive for it, even though we really shouldn't be defensive and all that. So just make sure that you don't get into that pattern and make sure that you take criticism as, and start thinking maybe there's something within the realm of this that I may want to listen to. I think that would be pretty good. I think that would be pretty good as well. The Seven of Cups, talking still about choices, but this is more of a illusionary choice and whatnot. The Seven of Cups. I think that some of the things that you have been looking at that have been a bit deceptive. Maybe people have told you some things that are deceptive. You have some deceptive situation to where you're just not comfortable with something, or something is really sort of keying in your intuition and saying, hey, something's up with this, but I don't know exactly what it is. I think those things are going to reveal themselves. The Seven of Cups talks about that illusion that we have in looking at all these fanciful things. And I think that the illusion is going to go away, and you're going to see things for what they really are, Una wants to know, what is this reading? The reading title's right there. Una, HJ, Holly, general reading. There you go. So talks about the illusions are going away, and I think you're going to see things for what they are, which is going to be important. It's just going to be important there. All right, so the King of Wands. We're talking about that more like that CEO feel, the being in charge, knowing what to do, and things like that. This is basically saying sometimes you don't need to be in charge. Sometimes you can just hand it off, let other people sort of take the situation, take the reins, and go with that. A lot of times other people may know the situation a little better than you do. And for that reason, it could be good to just hand them the reins and do that. Now, sometimes that's not going to be a situation where you get everything that you want, right? Because a lot of times we hand the reins over to somebody else. They're worried about themselves, not you. So it's difficult to do that sometimes, but sometimes that's sort of where we need to sort of go. Biffy, thank you for your donation. I greatly appreciate it. All right, so this King of Wands says, let other people take the reins sometimes, especially if they have more expertise or if they are more comfortable in getting things done as well. So the Four of Cups, the Lord of Blended Pleasure, doesn't really add anything to the reading. It's sort of the same thing as getting things unveiled, getting better choices. It's talking about getting into the mode to where things start clicking, things start resonating. And you're seeing that again with the Two of Pentacles. We've made some choices. The Seven, the illusionary aspect, has dissuaded or has sort of gone away a bit. And the Four of Cups, now we're sort of keyed in to where we want to go now that everything is going pretty well with that. Anastasia, thank you for your donation. I greatly appreciate it. All right, so let's check the next one out there. So talking about Jay again here. See, Jay, would he come back to me and call me soon? Check it out, HG. Call me. Okay, let's see if Jay come back to me and call me soon. Let's check it out with the Victorian Romantic Tarot. We could go to the love screen. We have not been on the love screen enough. We need to warm up on the love screen. By the way, there is no list. I pick donations at random. It is completely and totally random. Let's turn off that cam that's getting the weird error. Okay, now we're on the love screen. We have pajama action. Let's get down that. There we go. There we go. Everything awesome. Will my dad go to jail? Everything awesome. Your name does not correspond with my dad going to jail. Oh, okay. You don't know this guy, so let's see if they are legit. Well, there you go. All right, cool. All right, let's find out about Jay, and let's see about the whole Jay thing. The entire Jay thing there. There we go. All right. Check it out for some Jay. Would Jay come back, or is that just a complete loss at this point? Let's look at that. The Ace of Swords, the Magician, and the World. So the Four of Pentacles is sort of hanging on to what we have, and keeping that in mind there. The Magician says that they're good at hanging on to what they have, which is sort of how you feel with Jay. Jay seems to be good at getting things that Jay wants. Jay is with Jay's own schedule, and Jay does the types of things that Jay does. So it seems that sometimes it's just sort of random, sometimes that it's just sort of moving on and moving along as well. The Ace of Swords is sort of that communication going, but I don't think that Jay would be directing that towards you, because the Four of Pentacles sort of hanging on or getting things within. It's sort of just closed in feeling with that Four of Pentacles. But the Ace of Swords talks about that just sort of moving on and moving forward from that. The Magician says that Jay is going to do whatever Jay wants. So Jay's going to have options. Jay's going to go with those options. If Jay's going to do this, then Jay's going to do that. So it does seem that Jay is very centered on what Jay likes, what Jay wants, and it's going to be the first priority as far as that goes as well. So the world is they're sort of looking at other options. They're sort of looking at different options, and they're getting reset. They're getting sort of level set and getting sort of settled with everything that they want to do. And again, they're sort of the master of their own realm here. We have a lot of mastery of our own realm. The Four of Pentacles hanging on the resources, hanging on to what we have, and that's going to include the communication. They're going to communicate with who they want to in their own time, so it's more of their decision. The Magician, they're good at that. They're very practiced at getting that done or getting what they want to manifest. So it's just a matter of they're going to do what they want to do, basically. So, and if they're not calling you, then it probably not going to be good for them to be coming back if they're not just picking up the phone and all of that. All right, so let's see what area of my life should be directed and focus on outcome. Biffy Rose, thank you again for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. Philippe, what is going on? All right, BR, here we go. What area of my life should I be directing? Is it directing? Should I be directing? Yeah, directing my focus. My focus for a successful outcome. There we go. There we go. Let's check that out. See what's going on. We'll get back into the zoomed in screen and hit the Muse Tarot. The Muse Tarot is a good one of my favorites. And check it out on the Muse Tarot. Just started raining here and cooling off. Yeah, man, it was insanely cold from October all the way into May. I mean, all the way into May. So it finally is warming up right now, just in time for summer there. Landstow, thank you for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right, so we'll do Biffy and Anastasia and then Landstow. There we go. All right, we've got a question about Brian, and then we got a question about directing my focus to have a successful outcome. Let's see what is happening with all of that. All right, let's check it out here. Stop talking after 3 months. Okay, let's see. We stopped talking after 3 months. Does this person still think of me, and what are his thoughts? Okay, cool. So the Eight of Voices. The Eight of Voices. Yeah, I think you have abandoned some pathways. And I think part of that was that you recognize that is just not something you want to chase anymore. So the Eight of Voices, you have abandoned some things. We're sort of trapped into maybe a situation, and we got out of that and we escaped, and now we're sort of moving on to something that's going to be a bit better and be a bit better focus for us as well. So part of the drama with this is literally being trapped, and it could be related to the lockdowns. It could be related to being trapped in some deal or trapped in some situation that you really didn't like. And it's about getting out of those or escaping from that. So directing your focus on getting out of being trapped. Don't get into situations to where you don't have choices, or to where your choices have limitations, to where you're just not able to manifest what you need. You're just not able to get to where you're going to go because there's so many limitations to do that. So the Eight of Voices is talking about being that trapped in and not being able to escape. Now, that being reversed says that we're getting out of those, or you need to get out of those. And I think that's going to be something that you're sort of already in the manner of doing as well. So then we sort of look at Dominion. Dominion says that it's all about trying to get our power back. And a lot of this can take place with we get in some deals with other people, or we're in some interactions with some other people, and we have a mixture of things sort of happening with that. And part of that is going to be that we sort of lose our power and lose control. Some of that aspect may be that we didn't get a chance to express our opinions or our needs for that particular situation. But another part could be we just didn't get the opportunity to get control, or someone took the control away. So maybe that's part of the being in the trapped, but it's all about getting control. And Dominion talks about getting that pathway cleared out so that we can go forward. Dominion also talks about the crossing of the two wands to where we're getting our power back and we're establishing that we have the power to do what we need to do. So if somebody else has taken that power away, or a drama with something else as far as that, it's time to sort of take back our power and take back ourselves and get that done, right? So the Sun says to celebrate, or to... let's see, to celebrate, and the Sun says, let's celebrate, let's get things out, let's have some time for ourselves to where we can relax, to where we can have fun, to where we can be ourselves and be the Sun, be ourselves, celebrate, have some time to ourselves, get a massage, go relax, go do something that's comfort, zone type thing. So just get back into that and get sort of a celebration about the things that we do. A lot of times we'll have successes, or we'll do something great, or we'll really feel good about ourselves, but we just don't take time to enjoy that. Just take time to just sort of, take a little bit of time, enjoy that moment, and celebrate our successes instead of just sort of moving on to the next project sometimes. Sometimes life's really busy, and we really don't take that time to celebrate and to be ourselves and to have that time. The 5 of inspiration as well says, avoid conflicts if we can. So if we coming into a conflict, we're coming into a situation, sort of pick our battles and find out, is this particular conflict something that I need to be in? Is this particular conflict something that I need to be in? If it's not, if I can let somebody else handle this, if I can do without this drama, then let's do without that. We don't need to fight every battle. We don't need to jump into every situation and be a hero. We don't need to focus on some of that stuff, because some of that could be a big waste of our time, and it could be a poor use of our time and our resources. So the 5 of inspiration says, pick your battles. Make sure that you're not jumping into everything. We don't need to be a hero all the time and things like that. So we're not Superwoman or Supergirl or anything like that. We can just sort of pick the battles that are going to be important and fight those rather than do them all. Unless we do need to jump in, which would be a totally different story. Yo, Yoli, welcome. What is going on? How are you doing? All right. So is Brian coming back or not? Anastasia wants to know. Julie, thank you for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right. Let's see about Anastasia Enchanted. So AE wants to know if Brian is coming back or not. What is Brian doing? Is Brian headed back this way? Or is somebody better coming instead? Let's go to the tower and let's pick up my absolute favorite deck of all time, which is going to be, where's my box? Okay, every time I change my cloth, my boxes get moved farther and farther away. Preach the poet. Please request a reading. Preach. Throw it out there. Throw it on out there. We do random stuff there. We do random picks. All right. Jinduki. What can I do to align myself with financial abundance? You can win the lottery, Julie. Win the lottery. All right, let's check that out in just a minute. Thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. All right, and then Lansto R had a question. I need to scroll up to figure out what that is exactly. All right, so what are we doing here with the good old Playful Heart Tarot? So we're looking at, is Brian coming back or not? Death, and the King of Cups. Actually, I think so. Raina, hello. What is going on? Anthony, hello to you as well. How are you doing? All right. So Death says there's changes coming. And part of this is going to be coming back, right? I mean, this could actually point towards coming back. Now, why do we say that? Because the King of Cups is immediately after. So Death is a transition card. And what's going to be after it is going to be pretty important. And again, when you have the court cards as well, a lot of times we have a court card. We need to look at what's around it to find out, where they're going with that, right? But we have the King of Cups and the Queen of Swords. What does this tell us, especially when we have the 3 in between? It says that the Queen of Swords is basically Cruella de Vil. So it's a bitter, angry, things aren't going well. Why are they angry? Why are they bitter? Because of the 3 of Swords. We have that heartbreak within that. So if Brian is coming back, I don't think that Brian is bringing this beautiful platter of good news. I think Brian is coming back and going to repeat whatever killed the whole relationship in the first place. Haiti, thank you for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. So we have this heartbreak. We have this anger, this bitterness, this Cruella de Vil feel. By the way, Tuesday we have the new video with the queens in it. But the Queen of Swords, we have this heartbreak that's causing this issue. It's causing us to get stuck in here. If Brian does come back, it's basically just going to be a whole lot of bad news eventually. Raina, well, thank you for hanging out and stopping by. I appreciate you. So the Queen of Swords says we're not going to be happy. Do you want Brian to come back? This is definitely no. But now the question is, will Brian come back? Yes, Brian will come back. But he's going to drag enough luggage that, like the whole luggage department of Walmart, just dragged behind him as he comes back. So if you're excited about him coming back, maybe don't be. Entertainment purposes only, obviously. Mom Bear, thank you for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. But I mean, if he comes back and you may get excited, there may be some luggage being dragged behind Brian. He could have, and I would say it be the entire luggage department of Walmart would be behind there. So, we'll see about that. Hey, how is it going? Thank you so much for your donation. Oh, talking about moving. Okay, so Catherine, are you moving to Texas? Are you actually moving to Texas, Catherine? If so, let me know. That is too cool. Texas is great now. We have some heat finally. It took forever. So we stopped talking for 3 months. Does this person still think of me? Do they love me? Let me know, Mr. Tarot Oracle. Okay, we'll try that. We'll see what happens here. Hopefully you have a better situation than the Brian. All right, LR. Does he still think of me? And if yes, what are his thoughts? Let's find out about that. Let's see what's going on. What do we want to use? Well, we have to use at least once a night. We're going to have to use the Light Seers Tarot because it's amazing. It is amazing. It is hot today. Yeah, it's pretty warm. It was 90. I went out walking and then I went and worked out. So it was not too bad, but in Texas terms where it gets 105 degrees. But yeah, I mean we have quite an unusual weather pattern for Texas this year, that's for sure. Let's check it out. Who may have done that to him? All right. So, yeah. What are we looking at here? What are we looking at here? Does he still think of me? Does he? Does he? The King of Cups says, oh, yes. King of Cups says, yes. King of Swords says, maybe not in a good way. I mean, we do have a bittersweet combo here. We have a bittersweet combo here. So the King of Cups says, yes, they do. They do think about you occasionally. They do think about you occasionally. They don't really want to come back. They don't really want to come back. So your second part of your question is, what do they think? Well, it's mixed. It's mixed. Like the Lord of blended pleasure, the Four of Cups, we're looking at a bit of a mixture. We have two kings. All right. The King of Cups thinking about you, talking about it, sort of getting that empowerment that we have and doing it with emotions, sort of strong emotions, good emotions, things like that. But then we have the bad emotions. So the King of Swords, not as bad as the Queen of Swords, not as bad, but very negative and very just bitter overall, right? It's not going to be as pushed forward as the Cruella de Vil Queen of Swords. It's not as is in your face, right? This is not as in your face, but this has some negative consequences to it. So we have good, we have bad, we have an interesting combo. The Nine of Swords, which is a difficult card in itself, getting past that. It's hard for them to get past that, right? It's hard for them to move on, basically. So they're still a bit sore. They're trying to move on. They're in the process of moving on. Will that be something that's going to be eventual? Yeah. But right now, we have a bit of a bittersweet combination there with thinking of you. All right, man, so many court cards. I'm telling you, like, you watch the court card videos and then you come watch the stream. I mean, you'll know the court cards in like a week. I mean, you'll be like an expert at the court cards in like a week. All right, is mom quitting the job? Is mom bailing that job? Let's find out. Is mom bailing? Or what? Or what? All right, let's find out about that. What's a good mom quitting the job? This might hurt tarot, because it indeed might hurt. It indeed might hurt. This might hurt tarot. There we go. Christina, welcome back. It has been a minute. How are you doing? How are you doing, Christina? It is so good to see you again. What is going on? All right, Catherine, moving to Texas. Texas is a place to be. We don't have any income tax. All the stores are open. You still can't get a haircut, but all the stores are open other than that. I went to Hobby Lobby. I went and ate in a restaurant. I actually sat down in a restaurant. How refreshing. How refreshing. It's so weird to be excited about doing things that you used to do all the time. It's like our normal life is gone. And now when we get it back, we're like, yes, I can finally sit down at a restaurant. I mean, you're like excited about stuff that you did every day and didn't even appreciate. You didn't even appreciate it before. All right. Is mom going to quit the job soon? The lover says, well, wait a minute. Oh yeah, Christina, you're in Texas. That's right. We have Tarot Magician, me, Yo-Yo-Lee, and Christina. We got 4 Texans up in here. And Catherine is soon to come to Texas, I think. I'm just saying, Snobby Lobby. We're not open on Sundays just because we can. So, yeah, there is Snobby Lobby. All right, now we have a weird combination here, don't we? The Lovers and the Seven of Swords. They really don't want to leave, but they're really thinking about it. You see that escapism? We see that escapism, that running in the night, getting things done, jumping, leaving, leaping. Maybe not the best idea. And that's why I said they're thinking about it. The Seven of Swords is pointing to let's get out of here. The Lover says, though, that it's going to be difficult, and this is going to be, maybe the place to be. As Tarot Magician says, the place to be could be in this job or in Texas. Why do they not want to leave? The Ten of Wands says that's a big burden. That is a big burden. Trying to find a job during the pandemic, having all of that extra stuff. going to be kind of difficult with that. The Ace of Swords said they're just not communicating about it. They don't want to think about it. They don't want to communicate about it. They just don't want to do a whole lot involved with that. So they're really thinking about it. But as far as leaving, I say no. That Ten of Wands, that burden, that hefty wand action there, as we're sort of trying to carry all that stuff behind us, is a pain in the butt. All right. Jinduki has 2 donations. Thank you, Jinduki. Julie, what was your first question? So Julie donated. Okay, what can I do? Okay, Julie wants money. All right, let's find out. Julie and money. Whoa. Yo, Yoli, thank you for your donation. Julie and cash. Julie, what can we do to cash? Winning the lottery is the best first step. If you want some cash, winning the lottery, and the first thing you should do after you win the lottery, I'm just saying now, is to buy the Encore Tarot, because Chiro doesn't have any mask left. He's sold out, but hopefully I'm going to get a shipping notice on my brand new beautiful cloths coming soon. I hope. Yo, Yoli, what will happen the next time I see DA? The district attorney. Let's find out what is going to happen when you see the district attorney. Never know. You never know. All right. If I can move on from Jay. Something wrong with him. Why are they doing this to me? Okay. All right. Oh, how are we going to get some cash? We need some cash. What's a way to get some cash? Making a tarot deck is not it. That's taking a long time. All right. Let's see. What do we have? A bit of change. A bit of change. What you're currently doing just ain't working. A bit of change. Death says, let's try something a bit different. Let's try something a bit different. The Devil says you have a lot of good ideas, but we never sort of implement those. So maybe we have some quick ideas for maybe a side business. Maybe we have some quick ideas for another opportunity or something like that. But change is in order here, Julie, right? Change is in order. Death says, let's do something different. What we're doing just ain't working. The devil is in the details. We have ideas. Luthien, speaking of beautiful people, how are you, Luthien? It's so good to see you. Oh, thank you so much, Luthien, on the Waterful deck. I like that. So we're sort of looking at the devil. The devil says you have these ideas. You don't really implement them. I think that you're productive with the ideas. You got it rolling. You got it going on. I think things are looking pretty good. Things are looking pretty good with that. Some of it's going to be a pain in the butt to implement. But let's get in the planning phase. Nothing hurts to plan. We can plan. We can sort it out. We can check it out. We can sketch out some ideas and find out what is going to be good and what is going to be bad. And I think overall, once you run that by some people and sort of figure that out, what is going to be good and bad is going to be pretty obvious with that. It's going to be pretty obvious. Whoa, you're in Mansfield? I lived in Mansfield for 8 years. Mansfield, I owned a house in Mansfield, Christina. Owned a house in Mansfield. Yeah. So that's a long time ago. Jay Smith, it's so good to see you as well. But I'm no longer in Mansfield. I moved a bit to the big city. I just had to do it. All right, next one, the blessings. There we go. The Mansfield was great. What was the street name? Oh, it was off of so it was, you go 20 and then you go 287. And it was right there. I think it's around where the Best Buy is now. It was that neighborhood where the Best Buy is. I don't know where you are, but I was near the Best Buy. I was like on the other side of the Best Buy. I know there's Best Buy and the movie theater. And then there was like a little farther south, there was a some restaurant that had all-you-can-eat buffet, and like nobody ever went. But, oh, you're in Walnut Creek. Wow, that's really close. That's really close to where I was. That's too funny. Small world. Small world. So can Haiti move on from Jay or not? Let's find out. Moving on from Jay. Walnut Creek. It is a small world indeed. So how is Mansfield nowadays? Like, that place used to be just nothing there. And now it's hopping. I did make a good chunk of change when I sold my house. That was for sure. All right, the Shadowland Tarot. I bought it when there was literally nothing around there. Like, they had just opened, I think, a couple of schools or something, and that was like the new thing. Anyway, all right. Yeah, it's growing. Yeah, the last time I was there, they had the Best Buy, the movie theater, and all that stuff. They had tons of stuff. But yeah, I mean, that's weird how that neighborhood just sort of blew up. And then you look north of there where the old mall is, and there's nothing there anymore. There's the mall, and that's it. And that's it. It's just sort of going up 20. And 20 is still just a vacant gap of nothing. I never understood why 20 just doesn't have a lot of more stuff around it. You know what I'm talking about? Like when you go from 360 and then you're like at 157 and then you're at 287 or whatever this is. There's like nothing in this big zone over there except a couple of gas stations. 4 high schools? Oh my God. That's bananas. That is bananas. Can we move on from Jay? Speaking of bananas, are we stuck with Jay? Are we going to move on from Jay? The Seven of Swords says it's possible to move on. The Seven of Swords, we're making that escape. We're getting that escape action. We're trying to get out of there. I think it's quite possible. The Four of Wands says we are possibly doing this. The Four of Wands, we're getting at home. We're making a new home. Jay Smith, thank you for your donation. I greatly appreciate it. All right, the Four of Wands says we're making a new home. We're making a new home without Jay. We're able to get comfortable. We're able to start that. The Sun says there's a lot of positive things coming up, right? It's not a matter of letting go. It's a matter of just getting other things, moving on and trying to get other things in our mind or trying to get other things out of our mind, right? Obviously. But the Sun says we're entirely able to do that. Now, the Two of Cups is talking about the relationship that I told you were going to sort of stumble into in 6-7 months, right? The relationship you're going to stumble into helps. The Two of Cups, talking about that union of two people, that union of love, that union of the cups. That's going to be key here. That's going to be one of the keys. Forget Jay immediately. I mean, we'll forget Jay immediately. No problem at all. Again, 6-7 months, I said that relationship was going to sort of sneak up on you. And I think that's really going to help. That's really going to assist. But we're making a new home over here with the Four of Wands and the Seven of Swords. We're escaping. We've got all the swords. We're escaping out the back way. I think everything is looking good. Thumbs up is great. The Sun, the Two of Cups, that combination there really sort of hammers it home and really gives you that positive outlook and that positive feel that we sort of need when we're moving from, one thing to the next, right? One thing to the next. All right, Mom Bear wants a general May reading. Let's check that out. All right, Mom, General May. Let's find out what's going on in May. Is that going to be good? Is that going to be exciting? I think the Anna K will let us know exactly what is going to happen here. If I can find the Anna K button. There we go. On the Cusp Tarot. It has been a minute. How are you doing? How are you doing? It's been a few days. Yeah. No, I don't think you did anything wrong. I think that Jay just does what Jay wants to do. Jay does what Jay wants to do. And if you're not on the schedule, then you're not on the schedule. All right. So let's find out General May reading. What are we doing? How are we doing it? And get Mom Bear fixed up for May. See what is happening over there, Mom Bear. So how have you been doing? Are you still quarantined? Is your state a blue state? Are you still quarantined over there? Are you doing better? All right. Well, the Seven of Swords is not leaving us alone. It's not leaving us alone. I mean, I'm just saying now, we got a couple of sevens. So the Seven of Pentacles, talking about May, it's talking about things that you have planted, things that we have done in the past, things that we have been excited about. We have gotten plans, we have done, and we have sort of moved forward in some progress with this stuff. I think it's going to cultivate in May. I think you have a bunch of different opportunities that are going to sort of pop up. Most of them are minor, but I think you're going to have sort of this medium opportunity that's going to pop up as well, right? Talking about planting things, waiting for them to harvest. When this is reversed, in my mind, we're talking about the actual harvesting of that. Are things coming about? And we're talking about pentacles. Some projects coming to light, some things coming around that are going to be exciting. That is going to be really what we want to focus on with that, right? The 7 says we're also sort of moving away from some of the failed things, some of the other problems that we've been having. We're able to get out of that or escape from some of those. It's not going to be as bad as it was. We're going to be able to escape. We're going to be able to get out. Could this be a bit of the quarantine being alleviated or lifted? I think so. Because we're getting out, we're escaping at some point as well. So the King of Swords. Now, the King of Swords is a pretty bitter person. It's not exactly the best attitude when we come in. The King rolls up. He has that power. He has that authority. But part of that is I'm just bitter about some things. I think May is going to alleviate some of that as well. We're going to have some of the stressors eased up a bit, where it's just not as bad, it's just not as stressful. And the Knight of Wands, we're able to get in and get some actions done. We're able to get out and do that as well. So I think this is related to getting out. I think these two are closely related, but it is about getting out and getting some new things done, getting some new projects done, and trying to find out where we're going, for the rest of the year. I think May is going to be sort of, let's get out, let's practice some stuff, let's take some risk, let's try it out and see what's going to happen. All right, so speaking of what's going to happen, all right, Catherine Holm wants to know about moving next month or not. All right, let's figure that out. I do want to do this one. This is an exciting tarot deck. This is the Hermetic Tarot. We don't have my new tarot yet, but when we do, we will be reading the Jesus out of that deck. I'm telling you now, we're going to be reading the Jesus out of my new deck. That is going to be exciting. I can't wait. I only have 60 cards to go. That sounds like a lot, but I've really tweaked my artist stuff. I've tweaked it to where I can just pop it out. I can just pop a card out because I got two done. And they look marvelous. I'm very happy with all this, actually. All right, so were we going to move or not? Let's look for some of the good move cards. The Chariot, the 8 of Wands, the Knight of Wands would be great, would be fantastic. In fact, any Knight would be a good movement card. The Knight of Swords would be an excellent one, talking about moving quickly, getting things done. So, 8 of Wands, Chariot, the Knight. Do we have anything that is sort of going to put us in that mode? The 2 of Wands says we're able to, yeah. The 2 of Wands, we're able to. We got a couple of aces. Now, there's a well-shuffled deck. I picked it random. 2 aces. Catherine, that is looking excellent. The Ace of Swords, we have communication about moving. We have things finalized. We're getting the communication down. We're getting that news, and that is coming, and that is going to be an excellent source of getting everything started. The Ace of Wands, we have that new opportunity. We have that action sort of coming in. We have the beginning of something big, the beginning of an action looking great as well. And the 2 of Wands, Dominion, we're able to take control over this finally. We have more control. We were handed the steering wheel. We're in the driver's seat. We're able to take that control. That's all about what Dominion is about, right? Because you look at the warlike, a malefic, obviously of Mars. Who cares? Get over that because it's in Aries. We have that Aries feel. We're using that energy. We have this double fiery energy that's really sort of narrowing our focus and giving us the command, giving us the control. So yeah, I think you will be able to. That is a very, very good looking 3-card spread for are we going to be moving or not. That was so positive that, who cares if the Chariot appears or not? Those are looking really good. All right. So Julie had a question. Julie, can you repeat your question? Let's see. Julie, my two questions. There we go. Julie already did. What blessings are coming for me in the next 3 months? Eve's channel, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you so much. All right. So what blessings are coming? Julie, let's get you some blessings. Let's get you a nice list of beautiful blessings. And get you something good. Get you some good news. Get something exciting, because it's an exciting Sunday night. Sunday nights are always the best. And speaking of the, it has been a minute. It has been a minute since we used this one. We have not used this one. You remember when this came out? Do you remember when this came out? Everybody went bananas over this thing. This was the single most talked about deck of cards in the history of tarot, in my opinion. It was just bananas back in those days. Christina, thank you so much for the deck setup compliment there. I appreciate that. By the way, Christina, if you want to build a tarot tower like I have, I got a video that shows you how. You can build it for $20. For $20, you go to the Hobby Lobby or Michael's and you get some foam board, and I have complete instructions on the video of how to build it, including diagrams and everything. So you can do that, and you can keep it going. Your fiance is Aries. That's right. I forgot about that. Yeah. That's looking good. Get that Mars and Aries, that warlock feel, that action, that double fire. It is going fantastic. It is going fantastic. All right, let's talk about some blessings now. The Three of Pentacles says, I think we have some work opportunities. We have some work opportunities as far as coming around. I think that I don't think they're going to be obvious, though. You have to sort of look. The moon points us to work opportunities. The cycles of the moon, the day to day. In other words, it's going to be a steady work, right? If we're looking at the Wheel of Fortune right after the 3, if we're looking at the moon right after the 3, we're talking about work, new opportunities, that 3, that creational aspect, right? But the moon talks about cycles, so it's going to be a cyclic work. In other words, it's going to be steady, everyday work. Obviously, all work is steady every day, but not really, right? I mean, you do have some gig work to where it's not steady. You don't know if you're going to be hired next week. You don't know if you'll be converted from your contractor position. This is talking about some steady opportunities. Not going to be obvious. Not going to be obvious. The 5 says that it doesn't come as a super obvious thing. You have to watch for it. You have to listen for it. And when you hear these opportunities, I think it's going to be very exciting for you and something that you can sort of key in. But again, not obvious. Going to have to sort of look for it. That's going to be one of the key factors here. So keep an ear out. Keep an ear out for that, and see if we can't get a new job, a new opportunity with work, making some of that fat cash, and going forward with all of that. But that's really looking good. All right, Yoli wants to know about the district attorney. All right, let's see about that. All right, why? Wants to know. Next time I see the district attorney. What's going to happen? Yoli, my fellow Texan. That's too funny. That's too funny that Christina lives literally within like probably half a mile from where I used to live. Small world. Speaking of small world, we have the beautiful, the effervescent Shadowscapes Tarot. I mean, I'm just saying. This is amazing. It is. Speaking of amazing, please subscribe. We have 700 videos. That's a lot of videos. Do you know what other tarot channel has 700 videos? I don't think any of them, because I've been around for 10 years. Jada, thank you for your donation. Let me know if you have a question or not. And the exciting part about this week, we have all of these beautiful tarot cards coming out. I'm cranking them out. We have beautiful tarot cards. You're going to be able to buy them on Kickstarter. And we have the lesson about the court cards coming up this week. And we have the lesson about the echoes of nature coming up this week. I mean, if you're not subscribed, you're not going to see any of this. And you're going to be coming back, and you're going to be, my God, what did I miss? This is some cool stuff. He just released news for May. And the news has all the new tarot decks that we are excited about around here. And I'm telling you, this is a place to be. It's a lot of fun over here. Christina, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. All right. So, Temperance. What are we talking about for the district attorney? The next time you see DA. Temperance, is this the same person you talked to me about before? We had the private reading? Let me know. That's too funny. Divine Universe, thank you for your donation. Let me know if you have a question or not. All right. So what are we talking about here with Temperance? The next time you see this person, I think there's going to be a nice balance or a nice flow to everything. I think everything's going to go quite well, right? I think everything is going to go quite well. The Nine of Wands, though, says that we're not really making any forward progress. We can talk about stuff all day. That's fine. I'll talk all day. If I'm making progress, it doesn't look like it. It looks like we're a bit stalled. We're being pulled back. The forces are just being pulled back. We're not making the progress that we want to make, right? The Ten of Cups is where we would like to be. I would love to be with the Ten of Cups. But the Knight of Swords says that we sort of didn't really plan this well enough, or we didn't have a lot of things that we needed. The Knight of Swords rushes in. The Knight of Swords gets moving. I think we're moving in a direction that's not really making us we're looking the same tomorrow as we did today. So if you're looking for progress, you're looking for getting forward momentum, we're just not getting it. We're wasting time. We're wasting time. How can we break out of that, you ask? That's a good question. I'm glad you asked. We can change things. We can change things. Flip the script. Change things a little bit. Figure out how to get things moving, and don't let this stall out. Don't let this stall out, right? The Knight of Swords says we're lacking a plan. Go in with a plan. Figure it out. Make sure that you're making progress. Don't just spin the wheels. Don't get on that eternal mouse wheel to where we're just spinning around and going with that. But I think it's going to be nice. We're just not making any forward progress to where we want to be, And that's going to be important, right? Because ideally, when we see DA, we want to make some forward progress. We don't want to be back in the situation we were in yesterday. That's just not going to be good. All right, insight from May to 2021. That's a lot of insight. Jay Smith, that is a lot of insight, my friend. I think we're going to use the Thoth. We have to use the Thoth for that. That is a long time period. Need to find out. It's like, what is happening to me in the next 20 years? Well, let's discuss. All right. Then we got Eve's channel, Jada, Christina, and Divine Universe, and then we'll be out of here. We'll put the ending soon. Put the ending soon flag up there. Is it going to go? Hello? Okay, thank you. There we go. Ending soon, last reading. Well, not the last reading. We have 5 readings to go, but still. All right. Where are we at on this? We got quite the time period, Mr. Smith there. Let's figure it out. You could get married. You could win the lottery. You could move to Mansfield, Texas. I mean, we have all these opportunities over here. Okay. You didn't miss your read. Queen Famous. I don't see you on the list. Okay, so you're being puppeted. You're being puppeted in within this, right? You're being puppeted within this. So you're being manipulated by somebody, which is sort of where this points. Now, this is my own interpretation of this, but you're being manipulated with this, and is it going to be something beneficial for you? No. But I think you are being manipulated by somebody. You need to sort of escape from it, get out of it, and not be in that situation in the first place. So that's one of the things that's going to sort of happen within this. And this is sort of being puppeted as things like that. You don't really have that level of control that you need. Again, you're just straight on being manipulated from somebody else. And I think they're pretty good at it. You're also not able to get things moving. We're not able to move. I think that you have some plans, right? We have some plans. And we're not making progress on that. And it's going to be difficult to get that started. It's going to be difficult to get that moving. Why? Because peace is upside down as well. We're talking about that we're having some disruptions. Could it be the same person? Could it be the same individuals that are sort of manipulating us or trying to manipulate us? Maybe. But peace upside down, peace reversed, and the Chariot being reversed says that we're sort of looking at being stuck. We're not getting moving. You could be moving somewhere, literally moving, maybe to Mansfield, Texas. I don't know. You could be moving somewhere. You could be moving jobs. You could be getting this opportunity and you're ready to dive into it. You're ready to jump on it, but you're not getting it. You're not getting it because the Chariot is upside down. And again, peace, there's somebody in your way to getting where you need to be. So that could be a bit challenging as well. Now, sort of overall, you're just going to have the feel, I say, about midway of a lot of things are going not so well, and we have to break out of it. We have to force our way out of it. Is that going to be possible? I think absolutely it's going to be possible. But again, you're going to have to figure out what is being manipulated, who is manipulating, and you're also going to figure out how to get the blockages blockages out. And again, I think that's an individual. Somebody that you have some conflicts with, somebody that is going to be difficult to work with, and things like that as well. All right, who will be my next relationship? Eve's channel wants to know. Let's figure this out. Oh, who will be? I can type. Who will be my next relationship? Let's check that out and figure out what's going on. Figure out what's going on with your next relationship. I think the Bonefire Tarot is going to be excellent for this. Excellent. Like Smithers. Excellent, Smithers. Excellent. Be perfect. Yo, Yoli got back just in time indeed with your district attorney reading. If you missed it, the stream will be up in about 30 minutes. After the stream ends, it usually posts. It usually posts. All right, let's figure this out. About the lover. What is going on? Do we need the love screen? Everybody can vote? Everybody can vote? We need the love screen? Because I'm thinking we do. We are pajama free. Yes, we're pajama free on the love screen. This is the best part. And I'm just saying, if you had one thing that is just absolutely amazing, it's going to be the love screen. So, what is the next relationship like? Oh, that is interesting. Don't think it lasts long at all. I don't think it lasts long. I think you're getting into a situation you're not prepared for. I think you're getting into a situation where it's a very short relationship, because that looks pretty bad. These are very bad cards. So let's figure out what's happening here. The Four of Coins says the person has a bit of the greed, or the person likes to keep their resources to themselves. May not be a lot of sharing. With this. Michelle, we're sort of closing down. We got 4 more readings to go, but Michelle, I'm here every single night. So come back. If you don't get your question answered, we're going to be good. Come back any other night. All right. The Four of Coins says, again, they're a bit selfish. They're a bit holding things back. The Five of Cups says they could be a bit of a narcissist as well. I mean, we're looking at a bit of a combination. Is this going to be obvious? Is this going to be prevalent and really super, obvious as when you sort of get in the relationship? Maybe not. Otherwise, you wouldn't have gotten in the relationship in the beginning. But some people are just good at masking things. Some people are good at being a bit deceptive with all of that. So I think that we do have some of that deception in here. Again, we're talking about Judgment and the Lovers. Again, I don't think the relationship really lasts. The Lovers reversed. So definitely we're sort of getting a warning here, basically. We're getting a warning here to not really dive into this. If you want something quick, we want a one-nighter, two-nighter, whatever. I mean, that's going to be great. But I mean, if you're looking for something decent, if you're looking for something fun, if you're looking for something long-term, this is not going to be it. It's not going to be it. Of course, a short-term relationship sometimes, hey, whatever, But again, if you're leaning on this towards being something that's going to be substantial, it's just not going to happen. It's just really not going to happen. Judgment says we're trying to sort of start over with a person. We're trying to get back to the person. It seems like maybe they ditch us. We're trying to get back in. Again, we still haven't sort of learned exactly how this person works, but I think overall you sort of figure it out. But ouch. I mean, yeah. I went to the love screen. I was all excited. I was all excited about the love screen and everything else. And then I went there and we got that. I'm Eve's channel. I want some good news for you. But might as well throw out a warning. Instead. I mean, hey, if you can escape that and get out of that, that was well worth the reading. I mean, I'm just saying now. If you start seeing hints of that, you're like, hey, I remember that fat man on YouTube said something about a narcissist, and this person has a lot of red flags already, and we've only been talking for a day. Then maybe you wanna remember back to that fat man and say, maybe he was right. Maybe I see some red flags. All right. So let's find out about what career is best for it. Jada J. JJ, what is the career? What is the career like? Yeah, you may thinking about that fat man. You may be like, that guy that does all the watercolor crap on his channel, he told me. He said, he said this. And now this person's got a lot of skeletons in that closet. And maybe that guy was right. Let me find him again. I think his name was something Tarot, or Tarot something, or Oracle or Tarot, or it was TarotOracle. That was what it was. The one that did the news. The one that has the tarot tower. I remember him now. Maybe I go back and say that dude was a narcissist indeed. You never know. All right, let's find out about the career. What is a good career path for you? Well, giving people money. Not literally. Not literally. Entertainment purposes only. Okay, so what is a good career path for you? The Queen of Coins says I think you get bored. I think you get on a job and you get stuffed. You get stuffed into this dumb position where people don't learn your skills and they want you to do something simple, something that is just not utilizing your talents, your skills, your abilities well. They're just not utilizing you well, and you want them to, because you're like, I have so many talents, I have some good things to offer here, and all you're doing is giving me crap. So I think that you're getting in those positions. The Queen of Coins, we're not getting that good work. We're not getting the good stuff that we really sort of need, right? The Queen video, by the way, coming Tuesday. Get the Queen. You need to watch the Queen video, understand the Queen of Swords. So very stable. You're not able to get that. And a lot of times they're just giving crap to do. And you're just like, a high school student could be doing this. Why am I here? All right. The Devil reversed says, you need to sort of watch out. We need to sort of watch out for some particular things. Basically, you want to avoid anything to where you're working with just challenging people. So people that are going to be challenging to you, that are going to be annoying, people that obviously nobody wants to work with these in the first place. But basically, get away from the customer service, get away from stuff again, and we're sort of reverting back to the simplistic jobs as well. That's not going to be something that is going to be your forte, something where you're putting up with just dumb stuff the entire time. Nightmares says as well, just a career should involve something to where you can empower people or you can help people. I think that's sort of a helping field, because we do have the Six of Coins giving away money. We're not literally giving away money here, but entertainment purposes only. We need something where we're helping people. We feel good. We go home. We're satisfied. We're like, hey, I feel good. I feel like I did something today. I feel good when I go home. That's going to be important to you. It's going to be important to you instead of just this mundane and all of this other stuff as well. So helping people, assisting people is really going to be good. Working with annoying people is not. Finding a job to where, or finding a career to where you can use all of your talents. So we have a talent for art, we have a talent for mathematics or something like that. Maybe combine those or something, basically, right? All right, so Christina, talking about reverting back to Mansfield over here, taking a Scorpio reading. Take a Scorpio reading for May. A general for May. Check this out. General for May, we'll do Divine Universe, and we'll sneak out of here and go eat dinner. Go have some din. Oh, do the Hobbit. The Hobbit. It has been a minute since we have done the Hobbit Tarot. Love this tarot. I trimmed it, by the way. It doesn't come like this. It is trimmed. I trimmed it because, because I know. I mean, that's what I do. That's what I do. All right. Let's check it out and find out what's happening with all that. Whoa. John is very giving and spending money. Yeah. I mean, Johnny, you had that 6 of coins action back there. We had that 6 of coins action. Just throwing it in. Just throwing it in. But sometimes, sometimes it's just fun. Sometimes it's just fun. It is. All right. So general for May, what are we looking at? How are we getting going with all of this good stuff? Justice says it's about finding balance in May. About finding balance in May. I think, are you? Okay. Let me read. All right. Justice says it's about finding balance in May. We need to find balance between things. I think we're sort of stuck between a couple of different circumstances where we're trying to get this done, trying to get that done. You can't really get everything done. We can't really reach all of our goals in the same month. So split it up. Take your priorities, right? It's like I say sometimes, which emergency is going to be more of an emergency than the other emergency, right? Which emergency is going to be that? And I think that's sort of what May talks about. Justice, we're figuring out our priorities. We're figuring out our triage for May. I think that's going to be one of the things to figure out, because I think June, July, maybe even August, we have a lot of things you're going to have to be juggling. And part of that is triaging it now, making sure that you get in a situation where you can do that properly. Because the next card is the Chariot. It's about getting started on those things. The Chariot, I think we're moving. I think we have some activations. I think we have some things coming up that are going to be pulling us in different directions. We're going to be sort of pulling the Chariot field there as we sort of move, we sort of get things moving and migrating off and getting all of that as well. The Ace of Cups talks about either a new love, a new friendship, something's coming that's going to be a bit new, right? The Ace of Cups, we have that new interaction. We have the beginning of something emotional as well. Could it be one of these tasks that we're talking about here? One of these things we need to get moving? One of these priorities? Which emergency is more than the next emergency? I don't think so. Now, why do I say that? Why do I say that? Because the Ace of Cups has its own buddy, and that is the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is sort of pushing everything out, is sort of pushing everything forward and getting it done. We're relating back to which important thing is important, because we have the Eight of Wands coming, right? We have the Eight of Wands coming, so we need to figure out where we're going to put that energy. That's a ton of energy. The Eight of Wands is a ton of fire energy. We need to figure out which one we're going to do before we start wasting time like the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is a complete waste of time. They're going to jump in, no plan, let's go. God bless, have a nice day, let's go. It doesn't always work out. You don't want to be in the situation. We want to be in an Eight of Wands situation. We have the firm plan. We have the Ace of Cups. We have everything moving, and we have our little study buddy from the Eight of Wands from that Eight of Cups. So again, I think this is a new relationship or a new friendship. I think something is coming for you, and I think that's going to be sort of cool in May, but that's just starting up, right? The Ace is just sort of starting up. It's just starting up. This is not the lovers. This is not the soulmate. I mean, it's just beginning. So May is not going to be closing out the deal. May is going to be warming that up. It's warming that up with that Eight of Wands energy. I think that's really going to be doing you good. I think that Mansfield is going to be great for you over there. All right, Divine Universe. What question did you have? Let's check that out. What did Divine Universe want there? Let's find out. What are my current energies for the month of May? A lot of month of May. All right, then we're getting out of here. All right, we'll do general for Divine Universe. We'll go D, U, general for month of May. Check that out and see what we're doing. This is the last reading, by the way. See, if you need a private, it's $30 for 20 minutes. Because I love tarot. That's cheap. I mean, come on, that's cheap. Run my price by somebody else and they'll laugh. And they'll laugh at you because I love tarot. You can tell I love tarot. I get all excited. All right. And there is no list. I'm here every night. come back. If you didn't get a read, come on back. Come on back. I'll, you know, get your reading later. Get your reading later, because today the last reading is right now, and it is with the Little Prince. We're getting a general from May, and trying to find all of that good stuff. All right, here we go. All right, see what we're doing here. See what we have here for the May. Got a lot of general Mays. We're just sort of warming that May up, you know? Oh, I need to pay rent. Ooh, that's going to be... I keep forgetting. I keep forgetting to pay rent. And, yeah, that's going to come bite me in the butt. So after this, I need to eat, and then we pay rent. Eat and pay. That's the new plan. That's the new plan. Eat and pay rent. The month of May, if you owe rent, go pay it. I mean, I'm just saying. I feel void and alone. But that's not good. Chariot again. We're back to the Chariot. The month of May. So what is the Chariot attached to? What is the Chariot attached to? It's attached to the Empress. The month of May is about getting into your spiritual work. I think that's going to be important for you. To getting in your spiritual work. Talking about the Eight of Pentacles combo within the Empress after the Chariot, getting into that spiritual, doing the work that's involved with that. I think we sort of been a little maybe lackluster on that. Maybe we have stalled that. Maybe that's not a priority. I think May is time to get it and make it a priority. This could be meditations. This could be doing studies on YouTube, doing studies online, picking up a book on the spiritual things that you have been interested in, and getting back into that. Life has been busy for you. I mean, let's admit, life has been busy for you. We've let some of that fall back a little bit. We've let some of that, be a bit neglected. That's okay. We can catch up. It's not like we owe something on it, right? It's not like my rent, which is due today, which I didn't pay. No, it was due yesterday, which I didn't pay. But we're getting paid today. So it's like that thing. We can always catch up. Right? So it's about getting your spiritual work done. It's about focusing on that. Again, find your favorite things and dive back into it. And that is going to be important for you as well. So, I mean, there you go. It's all about the spirituality and getting back into that and going pretty good with it. I mean, take some time, dedicate yourself to an hour, couple hours a day, whatever you have time for, right? Make it a priority and make that a priority in May. And I think at the end of May, as we're moving to June and July, you're really going to see the benefits of this. I think you're going to really sort of be opened up. You're going to be able to sense things that you didn't sense before. You're going to be able to get messages that you did not have. And that quiet meditation time, that meditative state that you get into, the spiritual work is really going to come help you out, right? Basically. So I think that is part of your May. That's one of your things for May. And I wish you the best of luck for that, because that is the best part. That spiritual work. You get done with that. You get going with that. And all of a sudden you get all sorts of new things in your head. You're just like, I have no idea how I even know that, but I know that. And things, you just feel guided at that point. Anyway, speaking of guided, I'm going to guide myself over to to a salad and eat. So thank you for joining me, and we will see you tomorrow night.